packaging innovations, and the last one is slot sim. I will just quickly summarize all the things one by one. Then we'll proceed for the next content, that is your career or container selection. So first of all, in the previous class, we have discussed about cross-docking. As you know, the most important factor as far as concerned with the cross-docking, it involves delivery of product from manufacturing plant directly to the customers with little or no material handling in between them. So most of the cross-docking facilities provide a less amount of you can say that is loading and unloading activities, and a less time of storage in between the manufacturer as far and the customer point of view. The next part is the cross-docking, not only material handling, but it's also reduce the storage. As I told in the previous class, the storage is less than 24 hours. After that, through the help of outbound logistics, it should be reached up to more number of destinations. Then here we have already discussed in the previous class. Whenever you compare the traditional warehouse versus cross-docking warehouse or facilities, in case of cross-docking facilities, whenever the consignment is reached in the nearby traditional warehouse, the warehouse supervisor is received, inspect, and then then proceed for the next stage, that is storage. And at storage, they are ready to move the particular product by the help of next stage, and next stage to the help of outbound logistics to different locations or different destinations. But in case of cross-docking facilities, the consignment, whenever it's reached, it is the function of warehouse, we can say that is a warehouse supervisor who can receive, inspect, and miss and sort. Then the next step is just stage and ready for the outbound activities. So here they can reduce the chance of, or reduce the percentage of your loading, unloading activities, or you can say that is material handling activities, and also reduce the storage time in between inbound logistics and the outbound logistics. And by the help of outbound logistics, it should be reached up to number of destinations. So whenever I ask the questions regarding what is the basic difference between your traditional warehouse and cross-docking warehouse, the basic difference between your traditional versus cross-docking facilities, there is a little or less amount of material handling activities and less amount of storage activities, which is limited to less than 24 hours. That is the biggest difference between your traditional warehouse versus cross-docking warehouse. Then in the previous class, we are discussing packaging innovations. So as far as concerned with packaging, the basic function of packaging, which provide a prominent or very adequate level of safety to your particular product. So in case of packaging innovations, the packaging gives you an opportunity to appeal to people feelings and emotions that lead to more impulsive for buying decision as far as concerned with the customers. So that is why initially the packagings, if you go to the 5-decade or 4-decade bags, the initially packaging provide barrier protections, or you can say it is the primary protection to the product. But nowadays, most of the multinational company, even some domestic company, are implementing some packaging innovation to attract more potential customers, and as well as that create brand loyalty for existing customer also. The next is the packaging innovation that directly concentrate turning new concept into packaging that consumer use, trust, and love. They provide the love, affection to the manufacturer point of view. That is why packaging innovation is very much important as far as concerned with your supply chain, even if you're marketing, even if you're sales. But the thing is that nowadays, in case of packaging innovations, most of the company, they directly put all the information starting from the specifications, then you can say that is the feedback informations, the contact informations, the weight ratio, and the processing, the base side, all the information should be written on that particular packaging. Even they put more amount of graphics to attract more number of customer, or they can directly provide their loyalty to the existing customers. The next part is that The next one is lot streaming. In case of lot streaming, it is directly implemented in case of industry, or you can say that it's manufacturing environment. So whenever you directly concentrate on the lot streaming definition, it is a particular procedure in which a production lot is split into sub lot, or you can say that is smaller lots, and that move to next processing stage, so that operation at successive stage of a particular multi-stage operation system can be overlapped in times. The basic objective of lot streaming is to reduce the lead time in between manufacturing activities. That is the basic concept in that particular things. Then today we are discussing the next content, that is known as your career and container selections. So as far as concerned with the supply chain activities, as you know, the most important entities of supply chain, which is contain the career. So it is the duty of the company or the manufacturer. They have to identify the best level of career selection for shipping of their good to different locations and different geographical locations. In that scenario, if you directly concentrate on career selection, it is one type of idea which is made of these two simple words. So what words are merged in case of career selection? The first one is you need to have multiple career options. So whenever you assign a third-party logistic company or agency, that third party provide multiple career options, such as railways, such as seaways, such as airways. That option should be provided by the third party. And the next part is that after available of multiple career options for selection, to keep the price point. So why price point? The most of the company are invest in case of logistic activities, that is 5% of their annual sales. That means suppose your annual sales is 100 crores, that you have to spend around 5% in case of career, logistic activities. And the next part is shipping cost of your product down. So that directly implement to decrease your shipping cost. That is why most of the manufacturers go for multi-career option. And the next part is they can negotiate, or you can say that they have made some mutual consent with the third party or any kind of agency or transportation company to reduce the price point. So that is why most of the company are prefer consolidated shipping, or you can say that is known as your you can say that particular term in case of consolidated shipping. The next part is less truckloads. In that point of view, in case of less truckload, this directly go for mutual consent with that particular third party agency who provide logistic activities. The next part is that, so why do you need the variety of careers to choose from? The first point is consumer demand more choice and options. So that is why the consumer are not satisfied with standard shipping anymore. Suppose in case of e-commerce, whenever you order a particular product, you want that product in the next day. Clear? The customer never satisfied with this particular shipping order. That is why the company like e-cart or a company like Flipkart has made its own logistics. The reason of this particular logistic is to reduce the cost of shipping to zero levels. So that is why the strategy like one-day delivery, or you can say that is one-day delivery, should be possible by implementing his own logistic companies, that is known as e-cart. The next point is that, so here are some examples of implementing own logistics. The first one in case of Tata Astron. So this is a particular logistic company or particular steel sector. In case of Tata Group, they have implemented their own logistics. They tie up with a particular third-party logistics, and this particular third-party logistic is performing since 2 to 3 decades for transportation of semi-finished steel product from different locations across India. The next part is that in case of automotive industries, initially they sent by the trailer trucks, but due to highly precise or high price branding in case of automotive sector, they made such customized van. In that case, it easily shipped transport even if they are ready to display the product in case of outside of outlet as well as inside of outlet. Then the third, you see in case of, this is very much famous, the third one is your Harley Davidson bus. Clear? So this is one type of concept which is implemented by Harley Davidson. As you know, the Harley Davidson is already removed his particular project from India 2 months back. So initially for marketing strategy, for display strategy, and for reduce the cost of transportations by multiple carriers, he assigned a company, particular company that is known as DC Design Companies. And the DC Design Company is authorized to make some customized buses. The buses are ready to shift around 15 to 20 number of bikes from different port area to different outlets. And that bus should be displayed in front of outlet. In that way, they directly focus on marketing, reduce the transportation, and they have made a special, you can say that is brand value for that particular product. But the thing is that due to high price of that particular bikes, and availability, or sorry, non-availability of spare parts, the company directly removed his total product from India. And due to that things, then other company like Isuzu Motors has implementing some SUV in the form of trucks. And this is very much famous in case of India. They recently launched their SUV VS models for a large, you can say that is from that is in the segment of sports utility vehicles as well as transportation mode. So these are the few example is directly concerned with your directly, you can say that is directly focus on consumer demand. If more choice and more more option is available from customer point of view. The next one is that next point is the e-commerce order size and delivery requirement may vary. So in case of e-commerce varies heavily in size, although many packages are small parcel and some may be huge. So depending upon the size, specification, weight, the e-commerce size delivery the requirement may also vary. So that is why you have to choose multi-carrier option to reduce the price of transportations in case of logistic activities. So just think about the difference between a 65 inches TV and an oil barrel. So why they choose this type of suppose you are ordered this type of product from an e-commerce site. In that case, their delivery requirement may also vary. Why vary? So in case of 45 inches TV, it required more attention whenever you go for delivery to different location. But in case of oil barrel, the weight into your space ratio, or you can say that is the volume ratio, is very much essential. Why it is very much essential? The thing is that the dimension is vary, and the next part is the weight ratio. So that is why, as a result, you need to have access multi-type of shippings. So why multi-type of shipping? For example, in case of electronic segment, especially the state like Odisha, most of the televisions are directly brought from abroad. The place like your Bangkok, place like Thailand, place like Philippines, and these television are directly exported from that particular abroad areas, and by the help of container ship, it should be reached up to the nearby port. And from that nearby port, as far as concerned with the dimension of this particular television industries or electronics goods, they have to apply different type of carrier selection for delivering this particular product. The same thing happen in case of your oil barrels. The crude oil are directly exported from Gulf countries, and they directly unload in case of port area. Then from port area to different type of barrels, and that barrel should be shifted in the mode of trucks, in the mode of small carrier wagons, and that directly reach up to the destination. So this is the most important point as far as concerned with e-commerce order and size, and the delivery requirement may also vary. The next point is that the different carrier may offer different service levels. So as far as concerned with the next day air service is great, but what if a product takes longer by the air than by the trucks. So this is the basic difference. Service level must be able to ensure the fastest mode of transit possible. That is why the world leading garment company like Zara has employed DHL company. They can deliver their product within 48 hours across the globe. Here we have I had presented a small case study in case of DHL to reduce and to deliver in the fastest mode. The DHL has made a worldwide segment in case of delivery of goods from different country to other sorry different part of world to different other part of world. So they have arranged Airbuses, they have arranged trucks, they have arranged small carrier vehicles, and through that they can make faster way of delivery to different locations. But if you take the best example in case of Agrawal's movers and packers, they are specialized in different kinds. What different kind? It is the only one company who own Guinness Book of World Record for shifting household goods, for shifting large tree, for shifting whole house to one place to other places. And this company hello, hello, hello. Is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Audible, audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just a minute.
Audible.
So is the PPT is visible? Is the PPT is visible to all?
No, sir, not visible.
Is the PPT is visible to all? Okay, okay. Okay, any question from your side till date? Yes, any question? Okay, I have a question. Hello. My question to Abdul. Abdul, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For shifting of crude mines or crude iron ore, which mode you prefer? As far as concerned with Indian
Hello.
scenario, which for shifting of iron ores,
Sir,
or
you're not audible.
my voice is not audible. Is that audible?
No, sir.
Is any
Hello.
is my voice is audible?
No, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Is my voice is audible?
Hello.
Is my voice is audible? Hello. Hello. Ghanashyam, is my voice is audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So shall I move to the next slide? Hello. Hello.
Slide is not visible.
Okay, fine. Just a minute. I'll share the slide. Yet visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a typical case studies where the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center is assigned a third-party companies that is known as Inland World Logistic Companies. The companies is assigned for transporting or transported a giant machinery from Maharashtra to Kerala, and that consignment will be reached by in a year. It took around 1 year to reach that particular space, and it covered four number of states. So why this particular? So due to that bulk sound or giant machinery, the specification, the weight ratio, the height and the width ratio, the companies specially customized a long trailer truck 5 kilometers in a day. So as you see in the particular picture, some local authorities and some policemen is escorting this particular truck from city area or urban areas to that particular place. So as far as concerned with that particular specifications, that particular truck contains 74 tires and total traveling 4 number of states, moving only 5 kilometers in a day. So no other vehicle can pass through this particular road whilst the truck is moving. So there are 32 staff to control this particular trucks, because in case of traffic problems, especially the country like India, there are more electrical cables, some fire optical cables, some communication cables are there. That is it is the duty of local authority. They can be directly escort this particular truck to different location, and within that 5 kilometers they should travel in a single day. So next part is that the next point is the carrier may not provide open-ended service. That is why, yes.
Why didn't they go for take help of aircraft to move the OMC, the container, means the product?
In case of India, there is no particular, you can say that is Airbus is there to make this particular consignment, because they have to reduce the cost. Clear? So that is why they do not go for Airbuses or even if your cargo ship. There no such crane to lift this 70 tonnage giant machinery setup. Clear? You have to arrange for that particular setup. It took around 2 years to reach that particular Vikram Sarabhai Space Centers. That is why, to reduce the lead time in between transportation activity and reduce the cost of transportation, they choose roadways.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. The next one is So in case of carrier may not provide open-ended service. So in case of open-ended service, which directly concern with your mutual consent provided by the manufacturer as well as sorry, mutual consent in between manufacturer as well as the transport agency, exclusively with other business and logistics service provider. In other words, some carrier may not be even available to you without third-party logistic provider. So that is why the company like Tata Group is directly assigned a Sejal transport company for shifting a bulk amount of semi-finished steel from the place like Jamshedpur to Vizag steel plant. So that is why this particular transport, if you avail this particular trucks, you have to directly consign, or you have to take some mutual consent with that particular logistic providers. The next, moving to the next one. The next is more carrier equals more competitive rate. So that is why carrier have a vaster interest in getting your business. So having more carrier will give you access to more rate to choose from. That is whenever 4 to 5 number of carriers service provider is available, you directly go for or directly negotiate regarding the transportation cost, or reduce the transportation cost. The next part is the interlining is essential to globalization of e-commerce. So in case of carrier are not necessarily capable of working globally, and some shipment may need to be transferred to another carrier for final or international deliveries. Otherwise known as interlinings. So this is very critical to make sure that you can reach your e-commerce customer from around the globe, which this they can increase your transfer rate as compared to others. Then moving to the next one. Then criteria for selection of carriers. The next topic is criteria for selection of carriers. The first criteria is the carrier financial stabilities. In that case, be sure the recommended carrier are strong financial conditions. They have to provide more amount of insurance, no amount of any amount of bank corrupted. These are the most important things whenever you choose a carrier. The next criteria is check out the carrier safety records. The transport safety problem will become your problem. So suppose you are transporting highly precise material during some breakdown and during some unwanted accident. They directly face some road accident. In that case, it directly hamper your transportation or consignment. That is why whenever you choose this particular carrier, this criteria should be included. The next part is that verify that carrier have acceptable insurance coverage. So this evaluation step is very much critical. In India, few carriers companies are providing this type of insurance coverage. As I told, in case of Agrawal Movers and Packers, your FedEx, you can say that it's the Gati Express, then the Logistic Solution. These are the few companies who provide insurance coverage. In case of many carrier carry only minimal insurance coverage, that is vastly insufficient to cover most normal volume of your household good or any valuable personal properties. So still the other carrier have insurance coverage in amount that even cover properly damaged or any kind of disasters. The next point is that, or you can say that is the next criteria, if the transport timeline is vital for your companies, so you have to examine or evaluate that on-time delivery records. So when you expect your transfer to report for the work at new locations, so you expect close to the immediate productivities. The delay household good delivery generate concern, apprehensive and uncertainties, and it directly impact on your company brand value also. So it is the duty that it directly go for the company or directly evaluate the company that deliver on times without any delay, and they should deliver in a faster and safety manners. The next criteria is service offer. So in case of selecting a particular career, you have to ask some question. What are the question? What service does your business require? Then next question is, what transport service does the career provide? Can one company handle all of your needs, or do you need to work with multiple shippers to move your freight? So if your business is required more than one service, working with several companies will increase both your time and investment, and as well as your cost also. So this may be beneficial to work with career that offer multiple service and can meet all of your company needs. So that is why there are few companies, as I told, starting from your FedEx, starting from your DHL, starting from UPS. These are the multinational company, as well as there are some domestic companies. They provide multiple service options. The next part is that reliabilities. In case of reliabilities, does the shipper have the high level of services, the service rates, and your business depth on the timely arrival of your freight to various destinations? So is that particular carrier or carrier companies, or you can say that is the transportation agency, is reliable? They can help to build up your company positive reputations. In terms, they directly go your business and meet your customer expectations. That is the most important thing. The next criteria is that is asset versus non-asset based careers. So in case of asset based career, on all of the equipment need to be transport your freight. But in case of non-asset based career, outsource the transport service to asset based career and do not necessarily own the equipment being used to transport your freight. So in case of non-asset based career situation, there will be more hand on your freight. The leaving more on room for error. So if you choose non-asset based career, there may be some errors to be occur in between this thing. And that is why most of the people are arranged their own asset based career. For example, in case of e-card, in case of Flipkart, clear. And next part is that the asset based career will be shipped your freight on their trailer, pulled by their own trucks, driven by their career drivers. Clear. In case of Odisha, just imagine in case of seafood transportations, the company like Falcon Marine Export Limited, this company is initially assigned third party, that is known as non-based assets carrier. But later on, they decide that due to increase the cost of transportation, they just launch or they just implementing their own asset-based carriers. In case of own asset-based carrier, they made a customized trucks which can maintain a particular temperature inside the container and pulled by their own trucks. Even if you go to the Mangaljodi areas near Balugao, they made such type of facilities. For example, in case of cross-docking facilities, loading, unloading by trailer trucks, then the conveyor belt is employed for transportation of good, and they have employed their own carrier drivers for transportation of seafood from the place like Chilika to different part of Odisha, and also the different outlet in the form of Chilika fresh also. The next one is that the next criteria. Just a minute. The next criteria is sustainability. So why sustainability? The thing is that the shipping with carrier that prioritize sustainability and environment awareness. So that is why if you see in case of Twin City, more number of Tata trucks would be moved, and this Tata truck has a special kind of you can say that is flex covering. That flex covering provide environmental awareness programs and related to their product and how they sustain. So what are the product they transport, that should be displayed on that particular flex, and they are also build up your supply chain image and lead to increase your sales due to assign of more number of trucks to different geographical locations depending upon the customer needs. The next part is that due to sustainability, the customer pay attention to environmental sustainability. So due to this COVID-19 impact, as far as concerned with the supply chain resilience, that is known as you can say that is one type of disruption. Due to that disruptions, the most of the vegetable prices will increase day by day. So due to that thing, government as well as the private sector have assigned some kind of you can say that it's transportation agency they can fulfill the demand of that particular locations, the particular load. And you can focus on Indian Railway. They had implemented a special kind of wagon train. This wagon train is very much efficient to transport a bulk amount of goods from different state to different part of India. And that the train name is known as Anaconda Express, which is initiated by Concord division of Indian Railway. And this Concord division of Indian Railway has implemented for bulk shipment of raw material like your crude iron ores, crude coals to different location and different part of you can say that is industries regions for smoothly operating this particular industries as well as manufacturing companies. The next part is that the last criteria, that is capacities. So as far as concerned with this recent trend shows the demand for transportation service for outweigh the current supply. So not every career will be good candidate for your business. You have to choose wisely whether you have a single career option or multiple career options. So before those things, the most important thing is capacities. Some careers are stronger than other certain regions. So as I told, in case of suppose there is a company, transportation company in Bhubaneswar, this transportation company has not a stronger you can say it is stronger potential activities in case of north part of India, in case of west part of India. So that is why the finding the best career they have more number of multiple networks that can include lend your freight to that will travel on schedule or to establishing a profitable relationship for both parties, as you know, in case of manufacturer, as you know, in case of customer point of view. Then the next one. So these are the benefit of selecting third-party logistics. So in case of benefit of career selection through third-party logistics, the most important thing is if you assign third-party logistics, they provide auditing and order tracking tools. Clear? So in case of Gati Express, in case of you can say that is Indo-Arya transport company, in case of Agarwal Movers and Packers, in case of Safe Express, they provide auditing and order tracking tools by the help of ERP software. So in case of this third-party offer can array auditing service, which will help you to isolate errors. What kind of error? In case of delay error, in case of any kind of casualty will occur during transportation activity, we can easily track that particular vehicles and take immediate actions. And due to that thing, due to isolate the error in your system and process, they will reduce overheads. So due to that unwanted casualty or uncertainty in a particular region of India, you can directly reduce the overhead or different kind of expenses, which is directly or indirectly associated with transportations. The next part is that in addition, you and your customer can take advantage of more order tracking tools to help improve customer service as well. That is why most of the company will hire third-party logistics companies or agencies. The next part is that assistance in preventing overbilling and crediting overpayment. So in case of overbilling or double billing is a part of business, and even most of the proactive system will let a few instances slip through the cracks. But third party can work to locate and credit incorrect bill issues. So as I told, most of the cases in case of companies are directly assigned third parties. First they provide auditing option, they provide tracking tools, they provide you can say it is they provide more ordering tools to help to build up potential customer in a particular region. And they also provide credit, you can say that is credit, you can say overbilling or credit overpayment. By the help of third party, you can directly go for correction of your incorrect bill issues. The next part is that web-based application to ensure optimized route. So as far as concerned with supply chain entities, as you know that the entities include product, then facilities, then carrier, and the last one is route. So whenever you travel from one place to other place, and nowadays due to connectivity through the roadways. There are more optimized way are recently overcome. In that thing, you have to optimize the route in a such a way that you can reduce the transportation cost and you can deliver it fasterly and safety manners. So that is why the optimized route lead to shorter delivery schedules and better receptions by the customer and promoting your brand from within that particular locations. The next benefits are, okay, the next benefits of employing third-party agencies, third-party logistic agencies. The next one is better alignment of business strategy with the goal of e-commerce. So your business must be adapted to e-commerce, and the third party can provide assistance with aligning your business strategy to need of e-commerce. Most of the e-commerce company is implementing some web-based applications in the form of ERP, in the form of SAP. It is easy to track and monitor all the activities of logistic activities by employing third-party logistic companies. The next is dashboarding, improve communication in your operations. So dashboarding is very much critical to your success. But whenever you employ third party, it should offer metrics and dashboard to keep you and loop the object of progress quickly. So when the truck reach, what time it will be reached, and what time it should be delivered, in which time they should be reached up to your point of sourcing. That should be easily, you can collect the different data metrics from that particular dashboard, and that should be provided by the third-party logistics. The next is more shipping lanes and availabilities. So if you assign third-party logistic companies, they have provided broad carrier selection through the third parties and open up for more shipping lanes and help to prevent delay from unavailable carrier. In that case, now the government of, or you can say the central government is implementing for shifting of grains to different part of India. They have made the cross-docking facility in a such a way that by involvement of third-party agency, that whenever you receive the good, they provide more shipping lanes, and it is easy for the loading and unloading operation availability provided by the third-party agency. Then the next one is that, so till date, any doubt from your side, anyone? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So moving to the next one. The next topic is vendor consolidations. So in case of vendor consolidations, it is also known as supplier consolidations or vendor consolidation, is a particular supply chain management strategy that increased popularity over last decades. So why vendor consolidation is required? To make the mutual consent in between manufacturer as well as the customer point of view. The supply consolidation is the process of reducing suppliers within the specific supply market and focusing on the most successful supplier within the same supply market. Clear? So in case of vendor consolidation, they directly increase, this is a particular supply chain strategies. So why supply chain strategy is implemented? Just imagine this COVID-19 situations. In that case, as I told in the last class also, the onion price is, or you can say that the vegetable price is increased day by day. So due to that thing, most of the, you can say that is the wholesale market, or you can the super stockist in case of warehouse, in case of large go down, so they have implemented vendor consolidations. So within that particular supply chain entities, or within that particular supply chain market, they directly focus on successful supplier within the same supply market. So this is why they're implementing to reduce the number of suppliers. Suppose a farmer generate or you can the huge amount of crop, and that crop should be, whenever it's reach up to market, there are more intermediate are there. So it is the duty of government as well as you can say the supply chain activities. They should reduce the intermediate, and that should be directly reach to the supply market without any intermediate. That is the concept of vendor consolidations. The next part is that in case of vendor consolidation, it is aimed to reduce supply chain cost. The first thing is that it directly focuses on reduce the supply chain cost, improve efficiency, The next part is consolidating suppliers is a strategy that can be implemented by any industries. So especially in case of agri products, especially in case of tea product, especially in case of semi-finished steel product, or you can say that is semi-finished metal industry, they are choose this particular vendor configuration to reduce the transportation as well as the supply chain cost to improve the efficiency of supply chains. The next part is that in addition, the supply chain configuration can be implemented on the production and indirect levels. So however, manufacturing company looking to reduce the production cost may discover the greatest opportunity for cost savings. So that is why whenever there is no intermediate, you can directly procure or purchase this particular item from a particular vendor, and without any intermediary that should be reached through the logistic activities to your plant. In that case, it will directly reduce the production cost. How the reduce production cost? Suppose there are more number of intermediaries, that the wholesale level is there, the stockist level is there, warehouse, then storage, then inbound logistics, then outbound logistics, then loading and unloading activities. So these costs are directly added in case of productions. So that is why whenever implementing this supply chain strategy in the form of vendor consolidations, it should be reduce the production cost, and it to directly go for a greatest opportunity in case of cost savings. The next part is that part of this process is identifying which supplier relations are the most profitable for your companies. So that is why, suppose you have more number of suppliers, you have to choose or identify the best supplier relationship and which will be more beneficial for your company or industries. So the other part is eliminating the supplier relations to if your company is no longer needed. So whenever you do not need this particular company, you directly eliminate this part from your supply chain activities. Clear? Just imagine your plant is situated in a location that in that location it is surrounded by the same type of companies. That is why in that area you have to choose which company is best for making profitability for your companies. So just imagine in case of Tata Steel, in case of Jamshedpur, that Jamshedpur area is surrounded by more number of intermediate companies, and in that case, the Tata is choose the best company for their automotive component to identify, and that concept is implementing the vendor consolidation strategy in the form of supply chain improve efficiency. The next part is that then vendor consolidation in manufacturing. So this is a proven strategy for manufacturer and supplier consolidation, reduce purchase price also, and reduce process cost, reduce risks, and reduce you can say that is improve supplier relationships. I repeat, in case of this proven strategy in the form of vendor consolidations, it reduce the purchase price, reduce process costs, reduce risks, and improve supplier relationships. So we will discuss one by one. The reduce purchase cost, as a company reduces supplier base, purchasing power is increased. So how purchasing power is increased? Suppose you are assigned multiple sources. So for multiple sources, you have to go for more amount of documentations, more amount of biddings, and it took a few times to allocate these particular resources as a suppliers. So that is why in that case, most of the company are choosing profitable business in form of choosing single sources. And by allocating more sources to fewer suppliers, the company can receive better price for a particular product. The overall freight, then handling, and other related shipment fee will be reduced in that particular cost. The next part is that okay, any question from your side? Any questions? Shall I move to the next slide? Okay, the next part is that to reduce the process cost, the company who reduce their supplier base will have to lower the transactional cost. With fewer suppliers to handle, the cost involves setting up the supplier internal systems. So what kind of internal system? They provide the competency transaction managing relationships significantly, and it directly reduce the additional time retains provide more opportunity to focus on other high priority goals within the companies. So in case of process cost, the company who reduce the supplier base will have to lower transaction cost. In that scenario, fewer suppliers have to handle the cost involved in case of setting up supplier internal systems. So if you choose only one supplier, you have to directly reduce the transactional cost. Clear? And the additional time is retained provide more opportunity to focus. If you assign multiples, we can say that is supplier. In that case, you have to invest more amount of time. But if you choose single source, you have more additional time that return provide more opportunity to focus higher priority goals within the companies. And the next part is that reduce risks. The relying on fewer supplier will significantly reduce the risks as well. So if you choose fewer supplier to manage, your company can better focus on securing all applicable risks. And throughout the company chains, your company can spend more time improving compliance and other legal policies. The next part is that the last, this is the last slide. In case of vendor consolidation in manufacturing, the last one is improve supply relationships. So when there are fewer suppliers to manage, it is easier to focus on building relationship with core suppliers. So as I told, if you have option for the best supplier, do not go for multiple suppliers. Then by considering the supplier base, the core supplier will get a larger price of market shares. They provide more amount of discount. They provide more amount of, you can say that is less truckload consignment. And this larger market share for your core supplier will equal to the lower price for your companies. The fewer supplier also allow for more time focusing on improving the qualities, efficiency, and overall performance of your core supply within the supply chain entities. So that's all for today. Any doubt from your side? Any doubt from your side?